competitive odds, best live and play, and more ways to get into the game. Make your next bet with Sports Interaction. Head to sportsinteraction.com/STPN or download the app. 19 plus. Please play responsibly. Who?
Carter for goddamn Verhaeghe.
7th goal of the playoffs. This guy is the ultimate late bloomer in the NHL. This is a guy that the Leafs traded him in 2017 along with 4 other guys for Michael Grabner and his butt goals.
He was definitely a late bloomer, but he also had some bad luck. So during COVID, I remember being bored out of my mind, like the first wave of COVID, and there was the emergence of Anton Hudobin.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, I remember him being a solid goalie, though, throughout his career.
But not like this.
So I was like, what led to this being his first starting gig, basically?
Right.
And I looked throughout his career, and it's like, oh, well, he started here, so he was behind this goalie and this goalie. And then he got traded to this team. He was behind this goalie and this goalie. And da-da-da-da. So the Leafs had a really deep cupboard when they had Carter Verhaeghe, and they traded him because they had too many contracts. The deal was the Islanders get to dump cap in Michael Grabner. The Leafs get to dump contract slots. None of those other 4 players hit. Chris Gibson, kinda. Verhaeghe ended up hitting, so that was the risk that they took. But when he was with the Islanders, that was an okay situation, but then he got traded to Tampa, which meant he was in Tampa's system, which meant he was buried, right? So he finally plays with Tampa like a quarter of a season, and he's good, but again, you're still buried.
It's Tampa.
So it wasn't until he went to Florida that, he bloomed, but that's because he got to play a shift.
Yeah.
Who did Tampa trade away to acquire Carter Verhaeghe?
I know the answer.
Yeah, I know you do. Who is it?
Adam, this is one of your favorite names to say.
Krister Skrzyzewski.
Hey!
Straight up,
my favorite guy. You have
Bronze medalist.
to properly say his name, you have to stay down here.
You're the only person on earth who does that.
You have to talk like this. Krister Skrzyzewski.
Oh, yeah. That's a very good Latvian accent.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well done.
Yes. Right next to one of my former nations. Apparently my family's partially from Lithuania, which is right next to
I don't think that makes it your former nation.
Yes, it does. I show up to Lithuanian night with Jonas Valanciunas.
Oh, yeah?
For the Raptors.
You and Jonas?
Waving my Lithuanian flag.
Hey, Jesse,
everywhere.
want to come to my house in Toronto tonight?
Toronto.
It's in this eastern part of Toronto called Ajax.
Ajax. It's actually called Ajax.
Ajax.
Yes.
It's also
Like
not
soccer.
Toronto.
What?
It's not.
But I was just told Lithuania is Latvia.
I said it was next door.
That's good.
Next door. So you know what? It's going to be a very, very interesting Saturday night, and I'm excited for this. I'm glad we got the odds and stuff on the table from Dave. And I think, it's going to be one of those things where if Vegas wins, I still don't feel like this is going to be over. Had they won last night, I would have come on here and been like, Florida can't grab a win, but
Panthers
it's over.
have already come back from 3-1 down, so
Against a
anything's
great
possible.
team.
They won a game. That's the key to Florida's success.
Winning.
Win
Weird.
one game. I think it should just give them the cup now.
That puts them to 7-0 in overtimes this postseason.
Truly,
That's
Calgary Flames fans are just walking into walls at this point.
Oh yeah. Like how do you
They got 7 in a row and we couldn't get 1 in 17.
all right?
There was a Panthers and Verhaeghe stat. Here it is from NHL PR. Carter Verhaeghe is the only player in NHL history to score multiple OT goals in consecutive postseasons, and one of 3 to have 2 in multiple playoff years at any point in his career, following Joe Sakic.
Wow.
With 2 in 96 and 2004, and Esa Tikkanen, 2 in 91 and 97.
Cool.
This dude was traded twice and then allowed to walk to not just a divisional, but state rival. The Lightning, who are renowned for their player evaluation, their talent evaluation, were just like, and let him walk to the Panthers.
I don't think even Carter Verhaeghe thought he would have 42 goals.
No, I know.
I do.
If you ask Carter Verhaeghe on opening night if he would have 40 goals this year, I'm sure he'd be positive about it, but he wouldn't be confident.
No.
That's unreal.
It's
No,
not.
it was
Dude's 27.
when he was picked in the 3rd round by the Leafs. It was a guarantee. So there's always stories about this player was traded and one member of the organization was just like, God damn it, we can't do that. I want to know if there's someone within the Leafs organization, current or past, who is like, I did my best to tell Lou Lamoriello not to trade Carter Verhaeghe, and he did it anyway. You know, there's people in the Florida organization who were like, we cannot lose Jonathan Marchessault. Right?
Yeah.
Who was there a guy advocating for Carter Verhaeghe?
So it's a little different because Carter Verhaeghe, let's remember, never played a game for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Or Islanders?
The man was a child when he was traded.
The child.
Who knew what he was going to be at
Nobody
27?
Me, when I wrote for the LeafsNation.com.
The one we really should be ragging on is Tampa.
Yes.
Yeah, because they sort of knew.
Also, he had more than a point a game with the Syracuse Crunch, and that's difficult to do in the AHL.
That's what I'm saying. He was buried,
I forgot-
but he stood out in that system.
I forgot that the Syracuse Crunch aren't the Toronto Marlies. That's crazy.
He played 2 games ever for the Marlies.
Like,
Ever. Like,
on.
and he-
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 games ever, and he got an assist, but that's it.
he was in the OHL. He's playing for
He was half a
Dangle.
point a game player.
He also played for the Bridgeport Sound Tigers, 29 points in 45 games. Pretty good.
I'm going to fight you.
The dude
I'm
was
just saying.
in the OHL when he got traded.
Let's get mad at the Leafs for it, though. Poor asset management. Fuck them.
We got to do it.
Here, and then let's make a clip video and be like how the Leafs could be Florida right now.
Yeah.
And then have me going.
Let's do a TikTok
thumbnail.
video where it's just Verhaeghe goals to like really loud techno music.
And interspersed with the crying Jordan meme and a Maple Leafs logo underneath it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Emojis,
100%. We need memes from 10 years ago.
Cope and
I did always like the crying Jordan meme. I thought it was funny. It had a moment.
old, eh?
It had a good moment.